In 1979, my dad was 16 years old. He grew up in southern Arkansas, near Spavinaw Creek deep in the country. He knew that land better than he knew anything, but my grandmother was still hesitant when he asked to go camping at the creek for the weekend with his friends from other farms around the area. After much deliberation, my grandmother finally agreed. That weekend, he and his friends packed up and headed down to the creek. The group was made of 9 teenage boys, ages 13 to 17. When they got there, they spent the day fishing and playing games. It started to get dark, so they started a fire. The sun went down, and it got so dark that my dad could no longer really see the faces of those around him. He looked around the fire and began to try and identify his friends. He could hardly see. He figured out who most of them were, but he was confused by the number of people around the fire. He counted to himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He counted again and again, trying to determine whether he'd accidentally counted somebody twice. After counting over and over, he began to panic. Who is this extra person sitting with us around the fire? He thought. He didn't know how to tell his friends. He was afraid that whoever or whatever was with them around the fire would be set off by telling the group and hurt them. Count the people, he finally said to his friends. They all muttered, "What? What are you talking about?" Confused by him disrupting the conversation to say this random sentence. "Count the people!" he insisted loudly. They sat there in silence for a few seconds. Then they realized what he was saying. They all jumped up and sprinted away from the fire. After about 15 minutes, they all made their way back to the fire. They all came back safe. None of them ever found out who or what was around the fire with them. But to this day, when my family goes camping with my dad's childhood friends, I can see them all looking around the fire and counting the people.